Hey guys, so I started a new feral druid on Darkspear named Ryuuza, and I thought this time around I would take just a little bit of time as I go up through the different battleground brackets to talk about low-level PvP as a feral. Now, if you guys are new to PvP or new to feral druids and are just starting out, this is probably, I hope this will be a little bit helpful for you. I've played several ferals already, so I feel pretty comfortable with the class. I'm certainly not a pro at it, but I feel like I know a little bit more every time I level a new kitty. So feral druid PvP is pretty frustrating, especially if you're used to higher level PvP as a feral. You're extremely handicapped. You have few bleeds, you have few finishers, you have no stuns and no interrupts, and just generally it's kind of boring in terms of abilities. There's just not a whole lot you can do. The thing I miss the most is charge, quite frankly. I really miss feral charge. You won't get that until I think level 30 or 32, whenever you can talent into it. Anyway, so feral PvP at this level is pretty difficult. On this toon, I have no heirlooms whatsoever. I usually don't use heirlooms. I don't think they're all that necessary. If I can accrue enough honor, I might buy some on this toon, but it's pretty unlikely. So compared to, say, hunters or rogues, especially the ones that are twinked out in heirlooms, you're going to find yourself getting one-shotted a lot. And the best advice I can offer you there is to not rage about it. Just accept that you're going to die a lot and take the small victories when you get them, especially if they're against a rogue or a hunter, because even when twinked out, you can do a lot of damage and you'll take them down, as long as you can avoid getting, aimed shot down from halfway across the field. So I believe these are the only training dummies I can even hit. So I'm just going to show you some of my strategies for doing PvP at this level. So of course stealth is your friend. You want to be stealthed whenever whenever there's even the chance that somebody could be nearby, especially another stealthy. You can't track anything at this level, so take time to move your camera around and look for people that could be nearby, because nobody wants to get shot in the back by a hunter. Tidy plates is really helpful with this because it helps you see nameplates as they appear a lot closer and they'll appear through walls. So that's definitely an add-on to have. I've also been using Druid Focus, as you can see up here, and that's just to help me keep track of my bleeds, because I found, especially even on my higher level tunes, I'm just not paying that close attention to my rips and rakes, so it's good to have those there. So anyway, as I was saying, stealth is your friend. Stay stealthed. Stealth clear across the goddamn field if you have to. Just avoid getting one-shotted by rogues and hunters. And when you come up to a target, there's no positional requirement, so just start spamming mangle until you hit them. I would start spamming rake. I would start with rake because there's a chance that they'll get away from you. There's a chance that they'll start healing themselves, so you want to get that bleed up ASAP. From there, you're basically going to use Mangle to build combo points. And then Ferocious Bite, as soon as they're at 50% or lower, even a little higher, even a 3-point Ferocious Bite can finish off a lot of players at this level, particularly anything that's not a priest or not a paladin. Another thing to keep on your action bar is Moonfire. It's long range, it's instant cast, and it's also dot. So if you've got a rogue or a feral or anything really fleeing from you, and you can't catch up to them in time, at least start getting that on there, because that little bit of extra damage for stealthies will mess them up. They won't be able to stealth really, and then it'll also just start putting up a little bit of damage, put up a little pressure on people, even at a distance. By this level, you do have some decent talents. You have Feral Swiftness, of course. I would take that first, starting at level 10. And then you also have Predatory Strikes, which of course gives you your Feral Swiftness. Use Feral Swiftness. I would suggest using Regrowth when that procs. Nourish can be kind of a hit or miss kind of a thing on whether it really does a good heal. But Regrowth will give you a nice, good on hit heal, and then you'll get that extra heal over time, which can really save your life. Another thing I always keep in my bags is healing potions, and I keep that right there on my action bar where I can use them. it's a huge heal at lower levels, just huge, especially if your health bar is as low as mine. So keep those on hand. If you have, depending on what profession you picked, I picked engineering this time around. You know, you can make some fun stuff that you can use that, you know, it's a cast, you have to be standing there, but it does a little bit of damage, it's kind of fun. You know, use stuff like that. A lot of the little fun stuff you get, the potions and the engineering stuff, they're actually kind of effective at this level, they're not just for kicks. So pick that stuff up and don't be afraid to use them. So I did record a pretty successful Warsong Gulch. I really think in this match you'll see that the other team is just playing really badly. I can't say I did anything really awesome. The other team was just really bad. But some strategies for Warsong Gulch. Ferals, I really think Ferals should be the flag carrier in this bracket because, as I said before, we are one of the fastest classes. The other thing is don't go through the tunnel. Don't go down the middle. Just don't do it. Unless you have your entire team is with you and you have like 3 or 4 healers, they're all disc priests, they're all bubbling you. I mean, don't go through the mid. All that ever happens when my teammates go through the mid is that they get slaughtered. Just about always. So Ferals can solo the flag, especially if your team is all fighting in the mid and they have the other team fighting in the mid and they're distracted. I would go Horde Graveyard side or Alliance Graveyard side, depending on which base you're coming from, if you're the flag carrier. Watch for the respawns and then run like hell. You know, make use of LOS points, throw up a rejuve whenever you can, even if there's nobody on you yet. Keep up thorns and you'll probably make it back. You'd be surprised how many times Ferals can ninja cap just doing that. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and show the battleground, and if you guys are interested in more low-level PvP tips from me, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you next time.